Okay, hey guys, this is Lord Smackish here, leader of Shank Tanks of Pain, and currently playing Dark Age of Camelot. And I am going to Camelot Unchained with me and my guild. Had a few concerns and stuff for the CSE team and for some of you as well. Sorry about the lights overhead and stuff, but I'm about to turn that here in just a second. Excuse me. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, as everybody knows, they've got all the class here. They got the heavy fighters for all three realms. They got the devouters, which I'm guessing is a support heal class almost, but fighter. You got the mages, which I guess are like wizards almost, but whatever. You got the actual healers and stuff. You got the support class, which is speed class, we all know, and interrupts. Archers, scouts, spirit mages, stealthers, and shapeshifters. Now, everybody's wondering is where are the melee fighters? Like, for instance, in Camelot Unchained, you know, dual wield class, you got the mercs, berserkers, and I think it's shadow, what is it? Blades. I don't know. This is a hib class anyway. Okay, now some people be like, well, they got, you know, stealthers. Yeah, that's a stealther. Dual wield, you know, from what I say, but that's not a merc. And then you got the scouts. You know, same thing, whatever. Then the archers. You got three types of stealther classes whenever you only got one type of tank, which is the heavy tanks. I want to know where are the light tanks at. Like in Dark Age Camelot, you got mercs, berserkers, and the blade masters. That's what it's called. And you know, you know, in Dark Age Camelot, I play a paladin, which is equivalent to a black knight. Sort of. And I know this is a new game and all that other stuff, but if we want true PvP action in this game, we need the light tank classes, like dual wielders and stuff like that. Now, if he's talking about you can do that with a heavy fighter, that's, I ain't gonna say that's okay, because I mean, you know, just having one type of tank class like a heavy fighter ain't gonna really cut it in this game. I think personally, because I run tank trains all the time anyway, and everything else is fine and dandy. But unless he's gonna add it into a what do you call it? Into a expansion pack, maybe that'd be fine. I don't know. I mean, because whenever I get into Camelot Unchained, I want to pick my class and run with it for the next, I'm going to say 8 to 10 years. Okay? I've been playing Dark Age Camelot. Well, I first started playing in 2002. And then I quit for a month and I came back pretty much for a good 3 to 4 years. Whenever TOA came out, I left for a year straight. Then I came back whenever the Classic server came out in 2005 in November. And I've been back ever since. Now, I've been taking breaks on and off, playing other games. Like Guild Wars 2 and some of these other games like Aeon and all this other bull. With that being said and everything though, is, you know, I like the heavy fighters. I like the concept of what he's bringing with the Black Knights and all this other stuff. Because Black Knight's pretty fucking cool. I'm going to give him credit on that. And, you know, I'm all for Albion. I like the Midgard, which is right here. And the Tree Huggers, the TDDs, whatever, you know, that's what we're going to call it is, the Tree Huggers. But you know, I like the heavy fighters, but we need the soft tanks. I can't remember the actual term. I've been trying to think of it this whole time I'm making this video. But we need that class. And as soon as I figure out what it is, I'll give it to you. Anyway, like I was saying, the soft tanks that wear chain, leather, whatever, on Dark Age Camelot, which was the Berserkers, Mercs, and the Blade Masters. And I really like them classes because they, they're tanks, they can dish out high DPS, whatever. And I want to see that in Camelot Unchained, for example. And so, I know he was talking about bringing out a class that has dual shields or something, or whatever. Now, with these classes that he's already got so far, you got the races that you can choose and stuff. Everything's good. The only thing I don't like is the 3 stealther classes that they got on the board. And I mean, having 1, maybe 2 is good, but having 3 types of stealther classes, which is 6 different classes that you can play for all of the realms, is just crazy, which is 3 per realm with that. Excuse me. Let's see here, and I'll show you what I'm talking about again. So, right here, archers, there you go, scouts, and stealthers. Now, I don't see nothing about mercs and berserkers, or dual wield shielding with the blades that he was talking about in his other videos. Now, I mean, I know it's early about talking about this stuff right here, but I'm thinking, and this is just a thing I'm thinking that the berserkers and the mercs, whatever, they're going to be in that expansion pack later in the game, which kind of sucks, frankly, because whenever I get a game, don't matter who it's from, whatever, I want to have a high damage DP tank. Now, if they're going to do that with heavy fighters, then that's fine, because I know you can do anything. But I want some type of feedback saying, okay, if I play a heavy tank, then I can be dual wield. I can do this, that, whatever. So if that's what they're doing, that's fine. But I'm just giving you my input of what I'm expecting as a tank player in the game. Because that's all I'm going to be pretty much playing as a tank, and maybe a crafter to, do my own weapons and armor, and probably build a house. So I'll have 2 characters, a crafter, and then my fighter. And then, I might even have a fucking healer. I don't know. As long as they don't screw it up like they did on Dark Age Camelot and where you have buff bots. I think if you're going to have healers in a group, you get the buffs. If they're out of group, you don't get buffs. So that way, there's no buff bots, period. And another thing I want to see, which I know it's still early, is I want to have the assist macro for my tanks so they can assist and stick. People be like, oh, let's go bring back Chinese farmers and people to, just spam AoE with casters. Not really. This is why. This is a new game, new generation. 15 years later, they got stuff to prevent that. For instance, you have the stick as long as you're on the guy, but within a minute, the stick goes away. Period. Or maybe 30 seconds. That way, you can avoid the Chinese farmers or people that have bots as casters sticking all the time. That will negate that. Another thing to get rid of Chinese farmers, if they keep on casting the same spell over and over again, they get hurt or they die. Which are going to have this in this game. We know that, which is good. So that'll hurt the Chinese farmers. But as a tank, I want to have my assist train. I want to have my stick macro. And I want to have my assist macro. Other than that, I don't care what you do to the game. As long as I got my assist macro and my stick macro, I'll be happy. Because in that way, my tanks will assist. And I'll have my fun. It's just the way I want it. Plain and simple. Oh, and one more thing. Realm ranks are going to be in this game. They ain't going to call it realm ranks because of EA, whatever. That's their disclosure. Call it realm system or call it tri-realm system. I don't know what you might call it. And then once you get realm rank 11 or 12, you get titles so people know who your name are. And then above. You see what I'm saying? Because the only way people are going to play this game and have a sense of accomplishment if you have that realm rank system. Like realm rank 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the levels. You know exactly what I'm talking about, Mark. Because you've played Dark Age Camelot. You know the essence. You're basing Dark Age Camelot around Camelot Unchained except it's true PvP. And that's the only reason why I play Dark Age Camelot is just for the true PvP. No one cares about PvE or the drops or whatever. I mean, some people do, but I don't. And you're making Camelot Unchained for PvP people like myself. Where you kill them, you don't have to worry about losing all your shit. You come back, you know, rinse and repeat, whatever. With your 8-man, with your Zerg, with your solo 1v1 fights, with your small mans, whatever you want to do. And there's no grind system, so there's no levels. But there is going to be a simple accomplishment where if you use the same weapon, you level up that. You get more styles with that weapon, whatever, which is good. You got a sense of accomplishment. But just make sure that we get that realm system in there, and we'll be good. Other than that, I'm just blabbling, but these are the things that are important for me for Camelot Unchained to succeed. Everything that's in the game is phenomenal so far, but those are the 3 things I want. The macro stick, or yeah, the assist macro, and bring back the realm rank system. That's all I gotta say. So, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and yeah. So, I will see you next time, and I'll be making more videos in the future if I have any more complaints. So, without further ado, have a good day, morning, and afternoon.